Hello, we're looking at problem number 5 found on page 495 of your Geometry Part 2 textbook. This is talking about how to classify a triangle. It's using the converse of the Pythagorean theorem that says if it really is a right angle, then the two legs of the triangle squared will add up to be the hypotenuse squared. We know it as leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. If it is greater, if the hypotenuse is greater than the length of the two sides squared, then we know that that triangle is going to be obtuse. If it is less, if the hypotenuse is less than the sum of the two squared sides, then we know that it's going to be acute. So let's look at this particular problem. It's giving you three sides, and remember the longest one is always the hypotenuse. So you have 6, you have 11, and you have 14. Okay? So notice that they put 14 squared because they're leaving a blank because they don't know if it's equal, if it's greater than, or less than. That's what we're actually looking for in the problem. So 14 squared, then on the other side you have 6 squared and you have 11 squared because that's your two shorter sides, which happen to be your legs. Now, that turns into 36 plus 121 and 96. When you add these two together right here, you get 157. And 157 happens to be less than 196. Or better said is the 196 is greater than the sum of the two legs. So that means that it's going to be obtuse. Okay? So let's look at got it number 5. In this particular triangle, you have 7, 8, and 9. Now, remember the longest one will be 9. So you're going to say 9, I'm going to do it this way. An equal sign with a question mark over it. Just to say 9 squared. And then I'm going to have 7 squared plus 8 squared. Well, this becomes 49 and 64, and this, of course, becomes 81. And we know in this particular problem that 49 and 64 added together turn out to be 113. And 113, 81 is less than 113. Because the hypotenuse is less than the sum of the two sides squared, then that means that this triangle is going to be an acute triangle. If it had been exactly equal, then we would have said that it is a perfect right triangle. But this one is going to be, because the hypotenuse is smaller than the sum of the two sides squared, it's going to be considered acute. Hope this was helpful. It's using the converse of the Pythagorean theorem.